Hi, my name is Ivan. I'm from Italy. I'm a scientist and I obtained my green card for extraordinary abilities. I'm passionate about my work because it allows me to be different every day and to pursue something new all the time.
Hi, my name is Teresa. I'm from Spain. I'm a graphic designer. I have an extraordinary ability visa and I live in New York. What I like about my job is that you create new things, you play with colors, you play with fonts, and you're always creating something new.
Hi, I'm Ramon, aka B-Boy Ramen. I'm from Mexico, and I came here through Extraordinary Ability Visa. America is really diverse. You see a lot of people. Philadelphia, you'll have different styles. New York, the origin of hip-hop, breaking.
Hi, I'm Gerald. I'm from South Africa. I am a painter and a sculptor. I would encourage people to study and pursue their dreams in America. I work in New York, so I get an opportunity to see a lot of people get inspired by different cultures.
Hi, I'm Mandeep. I work in finance and I have an extraordinary ability visa. I would encourage people to come to America to pursue their dreams if they're right qualifications and abilities. And they can definitely apply for the visa and hopefully they should succeed.
Hello, I'm Manuel. I'm from Spain. I have an extraordinary ability. I like cooking from I was a child.
Hi, I'm Lydia and I'm from Jamaica. I have an extraordinary ability visa in athletics. I would encourage anyone to pursue their dreams here in America.
My name is Chisate Kagian from Japan. I have extraordinary ability. I am a jewelry artist, and besides I'm teaching jewelry art in Manhattan.
Hi, my name is Kemdi. I am from Nigeria. I live in New York City. I have an extraordinary ability in athletics. I would encourage people to come to America to pursue their dreams. If I can do this,
So can you.
If I can do it,
So can you.
If I can do it,
So can you.
If I can do it, you can do it too.
We're supposed to just smile for the entire show, but we just can't have dead air.
Dead air. Zedmar will be calling this dead air on WVIP.
Don Stevens will be calling.
Yes.
David, can you tell your engineers to reconnect there?
No. Can you tell your host to start talking?
Anyway, once again, TGIF is live at noon with the Brad and Squeeze Show. My name is David Squeeze, Anakin, a businessman who is still a broadcaster, linking with a friend of mine. He's an attorney, Bradford H. Bernstein. He runs the law firm, the law offices of Spartan Bernstein, and we have created this wonderful show, live at 9, live at noon, the Brad and Squeeze Show. Don't ask me whose idea it was to do a show, but
Here we are.
Here we are.
You've done dumber things in your life, I am sure.
I know. I was thinking last night after
What
thinking
was
about
the
other
dumbest
things.
thing you have done?
I'm like, why did I get involved with this, man? Why did I decide to do all of this?
You could have just had, your nice little life.
I could have stayed in corporate America.
That's right.
I probably make, I don't know, a couple of mils a year.
That's right. Get a paycheck.
Get a paycheck where the government takes half of it.
That's right.
And
they're going to be taking more now if you live in New York, New Jersey,
have a 3 or 4 bedroom house with the white picket fence.
With the white picket fence.
Okay.
The wife.
The wife, the kids.
Right.
And
the
also
2.2 kids in the Volvo.
No, more than that.
You would have had 2.4
more than that
kids.
for me, all right?
Yes.
And the little minivan.
The little minivan.
Yeah.
Right. Knowing you would have gotten the Sprinter.
The Sprinter.
The Sprinter.
I probably would have gotten
the Sprinter.
And and work 5 days a week, take a vacation once a year,
But no.
grow old gracefully. And,
But no.
But no.
No.
Why not be enterprising?
Yes.
Why not link up with
The only
a
thing,
good law firm?
By the way,
Spar and Bernstein,
the only thing that came true in all of that for you was gracefully. Everything else is not the case with Squeeze.
No.
So,
well, here we are for the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're going to be answering your immigration questions. I know you're on hold waiting right now at 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. I know many of you are already on the websites, of course, the social media platforms, on Facebook at David Squeeze Anarchy, Brad H. Bernstein, Law Office of Spar and Bernstein, and the soon-to-be only site that we're going to be on is the Brad and Squeeze Show on Facebook. So
correct. If you are watching on any of our other sites, you better start liking Brad and Squeeze, because very soon that will be the only place you can actually watch a live show.
And if you like us, we'll like you back.
Correct.
All right, so let's cut to the news before we get to the phone lines. We got 6 people on hold at 1-800-529-5465. We're going to be doing the immigration segment. We're also going to be speaking with some of our other attorneys at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. So stay tuned. We've got about an hour to get this all done. Let's squeeze in what's happening in and around the world.
All right, so
I don't know why I get
today,
I never read them.
Yeah, I know you don't read them. That's why I read them.
I'm like,
you just listen.
No, it's just, I think it's very archaic.
You just listen.
To
I like
actually
the cards.
read stuff that on paper.
I like the
when
cards.
We've got all these expensive
but
computers
I like the
in front of us.
cards. I like you know me. Like even on the old show, I like to hold something in my hand. So it's just always has to be something in my hand. Squeeze.
I will skip over that. Proceed, please. Proceed to what's
Why
happening
is
in
it
the world.
always that you have a dirty mind?
No, my mind is very clean.
So the Pentagon, Squeeze, has asked Donald Trump to step down and resign.
The Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
The Pentagon.
Yes, the Army. The Pentagon's official
the
Twitter
guys who are
account.
supposed to be protecting
correct.
the sovereign nation.
And by the way, the commander-in-chief
yes.
is Donald Trump. The Pentagon's official Twitter account on Thursday retweeted, then quickly deleted a post that included a call.
That social media person lost their job.
for President Trump to resign.
Like many others.
Yes. The Defense Department account, which has more than 5.2 million followers. 5.2 million followers.
Why can't we have that?
We don't have that yet.
We're Brad and Squeeze.
Yes.
You know?
You bomb a couple of people, you kill millions of people,
and you get 5.2
million. You help people, you get 5 people follow you, I guess. So they retweeted a post that called for Trump to resign from the presidency, for Alabama GOP Senate candidate Roy Moore to end his campaign, and for Senator Al Franken to resign from Congress. The original tweet from the account Proud Resistor. The solution is simple. Roy Moore stepped down from the race. Al Franken resigned from Congress. Donald Trump resigned from the presidency. GOP, stop making sexual assault a partisan issue. It's a crime as it is a hypocrisy.
As is your
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Pentagon spokesman Colonel Rob Manning said in a statement that the authorized operator of the Defense Department's official site erroneously retweeted the content that would not be endorsed by the Department of Defense. He continued that they took this man out back and shot him. No, they didn't. They did not shoot him. I made that up. He continued that the operator caught the error.
I'm looking for you.
I know that the operator.
I'm disclaiming that. David Squeeze Anarchy had nothing to do with that. The black guy was minding his own business. That's all I gotta say.
I didn't say anything. Right. The operator caught this error, immediately deleted it. The chief Pentagon spokeswoman Dana White posted the same statement on Twitter, and that's what's happening there. I was going to make another joke, but I decided
be careful.
Be careful.
I do believe
be careful.
The Pentagon's listening.
Yes.
And Secret Service is listening.
Correct.
Okay. Amongst other authorities.
The Tampa police, hopefully they are not listening and they are on the search. There is a serial killer on the loose in Tampa. And apparently police detectives state that a man in a security video from Wednesday's murder appears to be the same person seen in a security video strolling down Seminole Heights Street on October 9th, minutes before the killer struck for the first time, shooting a 22-year-old man at a bus stop. And he's just randomly going around shooting people and then running away.
Why do they say he's on the loose as if he was arrested before?
He is on the loose.
He's not on the loose.
He is unapprehended.
He's out there.
He's out there.
He was never
caught.
So it's not like it was caught and he got away.
Correct.
Just this crazy dude out there. I
Right.
hope they catch that son of a you know what real quick. You know.
Yeah, he targets a specific kind of victim. All the people killed were outside at the time, ambushed, and standing away from any possible witnesses. So they were all alone, they were all ambushed, and they were all turned the opposite way, and there were no witnesses when this happened. In October, 2 men were killed near bus stops, and a woman was killed walking down a street, and her body was later discovered in the overgrown yard. The victims are aged 22, Benjamin Mitchell, Monica Hoffa, 32, Anthony Nyboa, 20, and Ronald Felton, 60. The chief of police, not the sheriff,
right,
but the chief of police of the Tampa Bay Police Department says, "I do not believe it's a coincidence that the same person was around the same time that 2 people were murdered. It is likely the same person, and if they didn't do it, then they certainly know something."
Wow.
And finally, before we get to immigration questions, Donald Trump is allowing elephant trophy imports back into the United States. The Trump administration has agreed to allow the remains of elephants killed in Zimbabwe and Zambia to be brought back to the U.S. as a trophy. In 2014, President Obama banned the import of elephant trophies. The African elephant population, once numbered to 5 million, is now down to 400,000. And under the new change, hunters who legally hunt or hunted an elephant in Zimbabwe can import their trophy to the United States. The policy switch was first announced by the Safari Club International Hunt and Advocacy Group. The people who appear to be most happy are Eric and Don Jr., who were once seen. I remember seeing a picture with them stupidly holding some carcass over there. It's up. That's them with the carcass.
That's some.
I don't know.
Is that a leopard or is that a tiger?
I don't
It's
know.
a leopard.
I can't tell. I
That's
can't tell what
spots.
it is.
So
I
it's a
think that
leopard.
could be a leopard.
Yeah.
A cheetah, a jaguar, a cheetah.
It has spots.
Yeah.
That's all
A
I know.
Dodge Cavalier. I'm not exactly sure what it was, what it is, but.
Thank you so much for the news, Brad. That's
Yes,
very
that is the
stimulating.
news. Stimulating.
Very
Let's go to
stimulating.
immigration now.
Thank you so much. 1-800-529-5465. All right, 1-800-LAWLINK. The Brad and Squeeze Show. Let's
Edwin.
go to the phone lines and take some questions. Remember, we're coming to SMG, the social media guru, aka Kim Moore, shortly. Let's go to the lines.
Edwin.
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 Going once.
From Manhattan.
Edwin.
New
Going
York.
Twice. All right, let's move to another call.
Let's move to.
I'm not hearing that thing clicking.
Bill Deerfield. Bill from Deerfield, Florida.
Phil.
Not Phil, Bill.
How are you, Brad? Can you hear me?
I hear you, Bill, from Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Bill, how are you?
Hey, Brad, how's it going? I
Good.
love your show. I've been learning a lot of inputs, a lot of insights. Definitely, you are a big help for the immigrants community.
Thank you. Bill, can you do me a
to
favor,
make-
please? Before you ask your question, can you say hi to my co-host here, David
It's okay.
Squeeze?
Bill, no, Bill wants to get his question out.
What's his name? Is Squeeze? That's his name?
That's his name, Squeeze, yes.
Squeeze from Jamaica.
Squeeze from
Baruch
Jamaica.
Hashem.
Thank you so much, Bill,
Nice
for
meeting you, brother. I love the Jamaica. My neighbors from Jamaica. They throw a lot of parties, late night and stuff like that. But
They
that's
throw a lot
fine.
of parties. They keep you up at night? They keep you up at night with dance hall?
Sometimes. Sometimes. Very loud people. We
Very
love
loud
it because,
people,
we
Squeeze.
are
What's
also
going on?
loud, you know, but they are louder than us.
Bill,
you know?
did you know that we're on the top 5 list in being one of the happiest nations in the world?
Happiest?
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be. Why not?
Yes, right. Because they're out
If you are
partying
born
all
in
night, right?
Jamaica, you better be happy. It's a beautiful country. You know? Beautiful
Where are
land.
you from, Bill?
I was born and raised in São Paulo, Brazil. I came to the United States in 1988 with a F1 visa, type of student visa.
Okay.
I fall in love in America, and I decided to stay. Kept on staying for many years until I think it was George Bush who passed a law. I think it was called 345.
245. 245I.
245, right?
Right. So you got sponsored in a
And
job.
finally,
Right,
finally,
he got his green
I
card.
found a sponsor. I'm a green card holder for almost 9 years. My
Good.
green card is going to expire in November of the next year.
Okay.
And about maybe a year already, I applied for the N400.
The
right?
citizenship.
I made a big mistake, guys. Don't do this mistake that I did. I did it myself.
Big
Okay?
mistake, right.
I was thinking, oh, these people are nice, you know, they care,
They're not.
blah, blah, blah. in a way, maybe
not nice.
You know?
They are not nice.
Okay.
They are not
So
nice. So
to
what
make a
happened? So
very
one
dramatic-
year, you're pending citizenship. What's going on with it?
Yeah.
Okay, I went for the interview, right? But in the meantime, I have I have 0 felonies. I have 0 conviction. I have misdemeanors that I went to court. Blah blah blah.
That's
took
why.
care of it. Never did a jail time.
But you,
okay?
but just because you didn't do a jail time doesn't mean it's not a conviction for immigration. It still could be a
Exactly.
criminal conviction, and it still could make you a deportable alien or prevent you from becoming a citizen. And that was where your mistake was in not having a lawyer. And the reason why your case is taking so long is whenever anybody has a criminal record and you go for your citizenship, it goes through the litigation department before they make a decision. The litigation department decides whether or not to put you in deportation. And then if they put you in deportation, that's the end of your citizenship. And if they don't, then it goes back to a supervisor to determine whether or not to make you a citizen. So it goes through a whole long process. I'm not saying you're going to be deported or you're even going to be put in deportation.
don't
I'm
they
just
have
telling you
4
how it
months?
works.
Don't they have 4 months to make a decision?
Yeah, they have 4 months to make a decision. And who says they follow the law? And the only
Because the time already expired.
That's right.
Look what happened. They sent me a letter, right, telling me, listen, we need this, we need that, and the other thing. But I never got the official letter, so I went on the website and I told, listen, I never got this mail. So they gave me an info pass appointment. I went there. I had another quick interview with someone.
Let me tell you something. You are doing everything wrong possible. Okay. Number one, yes, they have 4 months to make a decision from the time of your interview. Who says they follow the law? They don't. Okay. Number two, when they ask you for documents, especially they probably asked you for dispositions, police reports from these incidents. Did they ask you for police charging documents? They want to build
because they already. Brad, they already have everything.
All right, one
Everything was on
second. The reason they ask for this stuff is they like to build a case against you. You're basically building a case against yourself for deportation. I don't know where you're at right now, but I can tell you need a good lawyer. Hold on one second, Bill, okay? And then we're going to need to have a consultation off the air.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to Alice in Mount Vernon, New York. Alice.
Alice in Mount V, one of my old stomping grounds.
I'm hearing you.
How you doing, Alice?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. Do you like the show with Brad and Squeeze?
I guess that's a yes. I guess that was yes.
I'm trying to figure out, is she laughing at us
or is she
is
crying?
Is she laughing at us, laughing with us, or laughing against
You're like,
us?
ha, 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 why would I like this?
Anyway, Alice, what's
Okay.
your question for Brad, a good attorney?
Yes. Yeah, my question is that this young lady came here on a student visa.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still going to school, but that 4 year was expired. And she applied for a working permit. She got her Social Security card. When the working permit
Wait a second, stop.
ended,
All right.
Pardon
So
me?
she came on a student visa, and when she graduated school, she got optional practical training, which is the work permission for 1 year.
Right.
And then it expired. Now, so what did she do after that?
she did not
do anything.
Apply for.
So she's out of status now.
Right.
Right. How long ago was that?
I think in 2010.
Okay. Has she?
But our sister,
filed for her when?
Filed for her.
When?
From 2002.
Okay, so she's eligible for her green card today. If she
Right,
came on,
she's eligible,
and if she came on a student visa, she has duration of status unless the government asked her to leave the country. And as a result, she does not have a 10-year bar. She does not need a provisional waiver. So she can go home, pick up her green card, and come back in literally 2 weeks. So hold on, we can help her, okay? Because she came on the student visa. Hold on. We have a lot of people to go through here.
That's it.
Yvonne in Hyannisport, Massachusetts.
Yvonne, how you doing up in MA?
Hello?
Yeah,
How are
hi.
you, Yvonne?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. What's your question for the good attorney,
I'm calling on
the super
behalf
lawyer,
of a
Brad?
friend. I'm calling on behalf of a friend.
Okay.
He is in Massachusetts for going on like 17 years.
Uh-huh.
He got married.
Mm-hmm.
and he went in like 2 times, but he didn't get through. Yes.
And
To the same, he went in 2 times with the same wife?
So he went in for the interview with the same wife, right?
Twice.
Yes.
Twice, and it did not get through.
No.
Okay.
Why?
Didn't come to Spawn Bernstein.
They asked him a question and they said
they don't believe it's a real marriage, most likely. Okay.
Right, maybe, maybe that's why.
So what? So where is he now? Is he with his wife?
Yes, but he is at work. But he's my friend.
So what is your question? What do you want me to do? You want me to help prove it's a real marriage? Well, let's start with this. Is it a real marriage?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, if you're not sure, then most likely the answer is no. And then if it's
Right.
not a real marriage, I can't help the person. I can't.
You can't?
No, how could I help somebody prove something is real when it's fake? I can't do that. Nobody can do that. You can't prove something that's not real. Okay, that's like, say, proving Squeeze. You see this coffee? This coffee is an orange.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
I can't. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So if it's real, it's real. If it's fake, it's fake. I can't prove something's fake that's real. Number one, and number two, even if I tried to and it was discovered that I was helping, then I would lose my license. So I can't do that either. It's a crime to do it. Don't do it. Period. All right, let's go to the next caller. Let's go to Wendy. Wendy in Brooklyn.
Wendy in BK. How is Brooklyn today?
A little bit chilly.
A little bit chilly. Come on, Wendy. You've been here how long now?
I'm not here long. I just came since September, but I've been visiting. I've been visiting. Hi, Squeeze.
Yes,
I'm from Jamaica.
Hello there. Have you ever been to Fiction Nightclub, the hottest, sexiest nightclub in the Caribbean?
I don't go to club, Squeeze.
What is it with everybody don't go to club? Well, at least you heard of me.
I don't.
But now you've heard of my attorney.
What am I, chopped liver here? You don't say hello to me? I'm going to be squeezed now and be insulted that you didn't say hello to me.
Now you've heard of my attorney, right?
No. I'm getting to you, Brad, because I'm saving the best for last.
Hold on. Let me try to find my...
You're everything.
My everything. You know? All right, go ahead.
What's your question?
Okay, my eldest daughter just petitioned for me, so I came up in September and I picked up my green card. But I have 2 younger children. One is 20 and one is 9. I want to know if I put in the petition for the 20-year-old before she turns 21 in January of next year, if it will take the same 7 to 8 years.
Probably, yeah, because she's going to turn 21. Unless the priority dates are reached really fast, which I doubt it. But do it. Put it in quickly. You never know.
I can put it in just the same?
Put it in right now, but it's 50-50. Probably 60-40. 60% she will be waiting 7 years. 40% you'll get her here before she's 21.
Okay, because she's planning to come to apply for the student visa as well.
Well, then if she applies for the student visa, you don't apply for the I-130. You're going to pick your poison right now. Pardon? You're going to pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Because if you apply for the student visa and you've already applied for the I-130, she's not getting the student visa. And if you don't file the I-130, she's going to be 21 by the time you do it. She's going to be waiting 7 years.
Okay, so let her do the student visa then.
Then if that's what you want to do to get her here, then so be it. Don't file for her.
All right, thanks.
All right, okay.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
All right, Alec, thank you so much for calling.
Dwayne in the Bronx.
Dwayne in the Bronx, did you know that the number for the law firm is
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465? Did you know that, Dwayne?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Dwayne, what's your question?
Yeah, what happened is I can't find my green card, right?
Oh, I have it right here. One second.
So I'm doing something that requires the alien number. I was wondering how could I get it, if I could go online or...
No, there's nowhere online that you can check your alien registration number. The only way to get your alien registration number would be to do a Freedom of Information Act request on you, or you can take you can take now you wouldn't even take, unless you were in some sort of immigration detention, taking a fingerprint won't get you your A number either. So the only way that you're going to get an alien registration number is do a Freedom of Information Act request.
Got you.
Request your files from immigration. I can help. Hold on. Let's go to Edwin quickly.
And then
in
after
Manhattan.
we go to Edwin, we're going to find Jenny Kim and see what she's got to say in reference to what we spoke about earlier.
Okay.
All right.
Edwin.
Yes, hello, how are you?
How are you, Edwin?
I've seen better days. I am. My question here is, I'm a victim of marriage immigration fraud, and the person from the Dominican Republic is now utilizing the Violence Against Women Act, and it's gotten me arrested in order to get her immigration. I guess it's kind of the other end of the spectrum, since I'm, the American citizen here, and I know a group of people that are all victims of immigrants that are they're abusing VAWA to get into this country. And I don't know what if we contacted ICE, contacted USCIS,
let me say this, okay? If somebody in I don't know, you live in New York. If somebody in New York calls in a domestic violence incident, the police are required to arrest you.
No matter what.
Period. No matter what.
Yep.
No matter what.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Now, if you were found innocent, you are innocent. That I don't know. I am sure that I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm sure if I spoke to your ex-wife, she would have a completely different story and say you're lying. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the Immigration Service doesn't know.
Right.
All they can do is look at all of the evidence that's presented to them. You can certainly write the Immigration Service. You can certainly call them, and maybe they will consider what you say. Maybe they would not. But quite frankly, this is the way the system is set up, and it protects many people who are truly victims of violence. Perhaps you are a minority, and perhaps you didn't do anything. That I don't know, but it does protect many people. It's a necessary program, but there's really not a lot you can do as somebody who's being accused other than kind of try to move on with your life.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. And like the penalty for committing the fraud, it's written out. It's clear. The penalty is 5 years in jail and a fine of $250,000. Have you ever actually seen anybody be convicted of a one-sided marriage fraud?
No.
Many times the two parties, they have an agreement, like I'll get married and I'll pay you this amount of money. But when there's just
I've seen people get deported for marriage fraud. I've seen people go to jail who is the immigrants for marriage fraud. I have yet to see an American citizen go to jail for marriage fraud or be punished, though. I've seen mostly immigrants punished for it. All right, but we're going to move on, though. But thank you for the call. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Once again, folks, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show, and we're going to find one of our good attorneys here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and she's one of my favorite attorneys, Jenny Kim. She has extensive experience and knowledge based on what it is that I've seen her done on the show.
Jenny, how are you?
Hi. And
everybody loves Jenny.
And I do believe, without offending her husband or anyone, she's a very beautiful lady.
Why would you offend him? I guess he would say thank you very much.
Hey,
I would guess
I'd probably say, hey, Squeeze, stop hitting on my wife.
No, he would say thank you. I think I have good taste too.
If someone hit on your girl, how would you feel?
I don't get jealous. It's
oh, that's great. Jenny Kim, how are you?
Good. How are you guys? It's been a while that I've been on the show.
Welcome back. Welcome back. There was a time when it was the Brad and Jenny show and Squeeze took an extended hiatus, if you remember.
Yes. But anyway,
so we're talking about H-1B visas today,
First of all, what is the H-1B
That's
visa?
your professional or specialized work visa that you get if you have a college degree. So, for example...
So it's not an O1.
It's not an O1. It is a professional... Right. That's extraordinary ability visa. This is a professional, or they call it a specialized for people in specialized fields.
Not a business visa.
Not a business visa. It's a work visa. And as a
it's not a visitor's visa.
No. And as a matter of fact, there was a woman who called. I don't know if you were listening to the show earlier, Jenny.
Yes.
Where the woman called and said, so-and-so is on a student visa. Then she got the optional practical training for a year and then did nothing after. What she should have done is get the optional practical training and then get a job in her field of specialization and ask the employer to do what we're going to talk about now, which is the H-1B visa. So, with no further ado, Jenny Kim, what is the H-1B visa?
H-1B visa, as you mentioned, Brad, is an opportunity for individuals that, have the minimum of a college degree and they have a job offer in their field that requires the minimum of a bachelor's degree to come into the U.S. and work. You're coming in as a temporary worker to work for companies, big and small.
Or you're already here, perhaps on a student visa, and change your status.
And then you can change your status.
And change your status. Go ahead.
As you mentioned, it's unfortunate because when we come across situations like the one that you mentioned previously about an individual that is in the U.S. as an F1 student, graduates from college gets that 1-year work permit, and they don't do anything for that 1 year, they lose that wonderful opportunity to be able to be sponsored for the H-1B and possibly eventually be sponsored for a green card through employers.
Right. And by the way, job sponsorships now, unless you are from, I think, China or the Philippines or India, otherwise, almost any other country, a job sponsorship is less than 18 months to get a green card these days. Especially if you're on a, the process would be student visa, optional practical training, H-1B, labor certification. Now, the problem with H-1Bs is they have a lottery. There's more people applying for H-1B visas than there are specific visas for it. You want to talk about the lottery?
Lotteries, first week of April, all these employers file petitions with Immigration Service to have their employees selected in a computerized lottery. There are 65,000 visas for a regular bachelor's degree position, 20,000 additional if you have a U.S. master's, and I believe last year immigration received over 200,000 applications, and out of those, most of them are rejected.
So only 85,000 spots for over 200,000 applications. You probably have about a 35 or 40% chance of hitting the visa lottery, and if you do, you're on your pathway to be able to work here for a long period of time and hopefully having your employer sponsor you for a green card. The lottery, it's held in April. Let's go quickly through the requirements, because someone who's watching says, how do I get an H-1B visa? Well, it's through the employer. Your employer has to do it for you. You can't do it yourself. Yes. Okay? Yes. So what do you need? You need a bachelor's degree, right?
Right.
What else?
You need a bachelor's degree. You need an employer who's willing to sponsor you. We need to go ahead and submit transcripts, job offer. They have to be willing to pay you a prevailing wage for the minimum wage for what your job is, because the U.S. government wants to make sure that employers are not, hiring the cheapest employees to, undercut the U.S. workers.
Right.
And, we submit the application packet to immigration. They review the job responsibilities, make the determination, hey, is this a job that requires the minimum of a college degree, a bachelor's degree to perform? And, hey, does this individual qualify for the position? And assuming that you are selected for the lottery, they make a decision on your application, and then it would be for an October 1st, 2018 start date, assuming we're talking about next year.
Interesting. Why would an employer want to go through the H-1B visa process rather than just hiring an American for the job? Why would they want to go through all of this?
Well, that's a good question, and it is sometimes a deterrent for employers to go through this entire process. But there are wonderful, wonderful employees that are from overseas that qualify for the position and can go ahead and do wonderful jobs. And they might not be able to find someone in the U.S.
You can't find somebody in the United States if you have an equal person who's an American citizen to a foreign worker, and they are equal in every way. You would go hire an American all the time because there's fees associated with an H-1B, there's regulatory requirements, there's legal processes to go through. So these are people basically that employers say, I don't have an American to do this job. And it's not like they're bringing an American in and undercutting the U.S. workforce and saying, we're going to bring in this cheap labor, because you got to pay the prevailing wage of similarly employed U.S. workers. Now, how does somebody who is out there who has skills and they think they have necessary skills that are required here in the United States, where there is a scarcity of people to do this job, where would somebody go out to find companies that would be willing to sponsor them for an H-1B?
Go online, same thing. You go through the procedure of applying for, or research, you conduct research in your field. There are great job websites these days. You go online and research companies, apply for positions, and submit your resume, cover letter, and if they like you, they'll request an interview.
And especially if they can't find a U.S. worker.
Yeah.
And also, I would say most people like I said at the top of this, most people find their H-1B jobs through their optional practical training. So they get their optional practical training for 1 year from the student visa. They go get the job. The employer says, we really like you. We're going to have a really hard time replacing you, or it's going to be impossible to replace you. We're going to do an H-1B. For the people who do optional practical training, there's many employers who say, you're a dime a dozen. Sorry, I'm not going to do the H-1B. It happens all the time. What happens if you get fired, Jenny?
Thanks a lot for asking my question.
You'll get the next one.
If you're fired, while you're on the H-1B, is that what you're asking?
Yeah. What happens if you get fired?
If you're hired, these days there is what's called a 60-day grace period. Previously, there wasn't, where immigration gives you an opportunity to go ahead and find a new H-1B sponsor to sponsor you. And at that point, the new employer would not be counted against that lottery again. They can just go ahead and file for you immediately. Otherwise, you can try to change it to another appropriate status, such as a visitor. Go back in student status if you were a student previously, or assumed student status. Otherwise, you have to leave the U.S. or you pursue other options. But at that point, if anybody that actually is in H-1B status gets fired from the job, that's when most definitely 110% they have to seek legal advice.
Well, I want to jump all the way down to the whole lottery thing. What happens if you don't get selected in the H-1B lottery?
You are out, unfortunately. You have to pursue other avenues of being able to permit it to remain here in the United States if if that's what you're looking at. Otherwise,
there's O visas. There are O visas. You can go back to school to get a student visa. There's other temporary work visas. There's L1 visas, which are intra-company transferees. Perhaps you want to set up your own company as an E1 or as an E2 visa. There are plenty of different visas options available to people who don't
the employer
qualify.
Can even go ahead and jump right into the green card process.
Correct.
Right?
That's also a process. Unless you're from the Philippines, China, India, they can say, you know what, we're going to apply for your green card. Go home. We'll see you back in 12 months with your green card.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Finally, Jenny, before we let you leave, let me just ask you, tell me quickly in about a minute how you and the attorneys here at Spar & Bernstein work with both employers and employees to help facilitate the process of H-1B visas.
Well, what we do is, we speak, we meet with both the employers and the employees, explain the process to them, prepare all the applications that are necessary, fulfill the requirements with the Department of Labor, and we go ahead and get an application packet that's going to be submitted to immigration together. And we know what all the requirements are. We know, how to prepare a good packet, and we get it submitted and hope that it's going to be selected in the lottery.
And I just want to remind everybody, if they didn't hear before, the lottery is April 1st, which means that if you're considering an H-1B visa, or you're considering trying to get a professional work visa, you can't say, oh, it's March 15th. I wonder what I should be doing now. It's a little too late by March 15th. This is why we're talking about it now at the end of November. Start thinking about it, because you got to get your H-1B job lined up, and you got to start processing that paperwork by January, so you're all prepared to get it filed for April 1st. Gives you the best opportunity to win the lottery for the H-1B visa. Jenny, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Jenny.
Awesome job.
Thank you for having me.
By the way, another super lawyer here at Spar & Bernstein. And anybody who wants to reach Jenny about H-1B visas, it's the same telephone number that you call to ask questions of me on our show, and it is 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Jenny, awesome. Thank you
so much, Jenny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Jenny Kim, folks, right here at the law offices of Spar & Bernstein. Do remember, it is a full-service law firm. So once again, personal injury, family law, tax law, criminal defense, and much more. Make it the law offices of Spar & Bernstein, located in New York City at 225 Broadway. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465.
All right, so let's go.
Mr. B, you want to get back to some questions here?
Let's go to Alice, who's been waiting for over 19 minutes. Alice.
Alice, sorry about that. Alice?
Hello?
Alice.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Alice.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, go ahead.
How are you, Alice?
Yes, I'm okay so far. I suggested you already, this young lady.
What about this young lady?
I suggest that she came here on a student visa.
Okay.
And then, after the 4 years, she applied for a working permit, and she
Did we talk to you, Alice, already?
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yes, you said I should hold on. You can help. So
what? We're going through the same question again. Fiona has to listen to our radio show.
And who's Fiona?
Fiona's the person who should have been speaking to her off the air for the last 20 minutes. Jessica. Wow, unbelievable. Jessica. I'm like, I've heard this before. Jessica.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
Can a church organization sponsor a green card for you if the person has stayed over their time?
Possibly, if the person's either 245I or has a provisional waiver that they're eligible for, and in addition, if they are a dedicated, bona fide religious worker. Let me take that back. A bona fide religious worker, not a dedicated member of the church. Bona fide religious worker.
Right.
All right, so it's possible, but you would need to have a consultation for us to figure that out. So hold on one second. Let's go to Karen in Mount Vernon. Karen.
Karen in Mount Vernon.
Oh, me.
Yes, you.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm well, thank you. Okay, so I have a question. So I went through everything, my whole process, and then they told me that I should wait in the mail for my paperwork for my oath
Yeah.
ceremony, but it's been over 2 months now, and I was just wondering, are they planning on doing another oath ceremony before the year is over?
I hope so. It shouldn't have to wait more than 90 days for an oath ceremony. So if
It only takes 90 days?
Yeah, if all goes well, you should be a citizen before New Year's. If you're not, give me a call in January. We'll follow up for you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. Have
All
a
right.
great day.
Thank you.
And finally, Delroy in New Paltz, our last
Paltz.
immigration question of the
New
day.
Paltz.
Delroy, yes. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
I got my green card since 2013, but I got a violation last month. I get a DUI. So I did buy my ticket to Jamaica. I'm wondering if it will be a problem for me to go there and back.
You have a DUI or a DWI?
DWI.
A DWI is more serious than a DUI. Driving under the influence is one thing. Driving while intoxicated is something different. It's the more serious of the crimes, and having the more serious of the crime could be a possible bar to re-entry into the United States. I would suggest you make an appointment to come see me, bring your disposition, and then we'll decide what to do from there. Hold on. All right. So Squeeze.
Yes, sir.
This comes the time.
Yes.
Where we ask a very serious. We talk about a very serious issue, and that's people's poor credit.
Okay.
Poor credit means...
Take off my glasses.
Poor credit means poor options.
Yes.
Poor credit means poor possibilities for the future. Poor credit means poor you, because you can't do much. Now, good credit means good possibilities.
Yes.
Good credit means good options.
Great possibilities.
Good options. Good credit means good for you. So, for everybody out there who has credit below 700, if you're above 700, good for you. You're below 700, poor you. And what you need to do is call USA Credit Repair at 1-800, Squeeze is shaking his head, 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. By the way, Squeeze.
Yes, sir.
I will be starting to send you my invoice for the USA Credit Repair Spokesman of the Year. There is no better spokesman for USA Credit Repair than your co-host on this show on the Brad and Squeeze Show.
And I will not treat that invoice the way I treat my other invoices, pay my bills. I will not treat it that way.
You will not.
I will treat it like I want bad credit.
So if you call right now, 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. And you know the answer to this citizenship question.
Okay, what is the citizenship question?
I'm going to let you give the answer today.
No.
I am going to let you give
you can't
the answer.
You want me to give the so you want me to give the answer and then give the question?
And then you have to know the question. The answer is... You were thinking of a citizenship
no, I
question.
was not. I want to come up with one that is...
The answer is red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue is the answer. The question is not what is the color.
Abraham Lincoln.
What? No. The answer is red, white, and blue. If you know the question to red, white, and blue, and you call USA Credit Repair at 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. If you know that answer and the question, if you know the question to the answer, red, white, and blue, you will get free credit repair for 30 days. And they give you a money-back guarantee within 90 days if your credit is not higher than when you started. With one protocol, as long as you follow their protocol and their procedures. You don't follow their protocol, it's like going to a doctor and the doctor says, you know what, I'm going to make you feel better, but then you don't take the pills. Can't blame the doctor at that point. 1-800-872-7177. The answer is red, white, and blue. If you call and say,
what is the question?
If you call and say, what is the color of Squeeze's underwear, that is not...
Seriously, dude?
That is not...
Seriously,
That
dude?
is not the right question.
Dude? Why would your mind want to go there?
That is not the question.
You have a warped mind, I must say, man. Let's continue the show.
I
10
don't
minutes
know.
left in the show.
I don't know.
We need to go to SMG.
All right. Let's go. What are we doing? We're going to social media queen, or are we doing tax? All right, so what are we doing first? All right, so let's go to social media queen with our immigration questions from Facebook.
Hello.
Hello.
Seems like you have a new location these days.
Yes.
Yeah, I have commandeered Brad's office.
I see.
The crown weighs heavy on my small space, so I need more space.
Okay, rapid. Let's go.
Okay. Yannick on Facebook would like to know, how can we get you, Brad, to do our paperwork when we get married and we're all the way in Louisiana?
1-800-529-5465. We have clients in all 50 states we handle. We will come to you for the interview.
Karen on Facebook would like to know, can a citizen child file for a parent while the parent is here on a visa without going back home?
If the parent's here for more than 90 days and that citizenship child is an actual adult son or daughter over the age of 21.
On fire. You're on fire, man.
Candy would like to know, my friend had her daughter in the U.S. over 21 years ago while she had a visitor's visa. Her daughter was raised in Jamaica until age 18 when she relocated to the U.S. Can she petition for her mother in Jamaica, and will there be an issue because her mother had her while on a visa, or will immigration not notice that?
Immigration will notice that, but it could certainly be an issue, but she should come to a lawyer to make sure that we can try to navigate that for her.
Very important.
Okay, we've gotten through all of them.
All right, so please leave your questions on the Brad and Squeeze page. And Squeeze, do you have any questions?
No, not at this point.
Not at this point. All right, so we are now going to switch seats there, Kim, with Carmela, our tax attorney, and she's going to be talking about owning your own business and having the IRS come in and look at your business at some point. You know, we're going to get Carmela in here, Squeeze, and she's going to be with us. She's our tax attorney, and she's going to be discussing why you need a good attorney. If the IRS begins to audit your business, you have a business, it begins to audit your business for back taxes. Carmela, how are you? Look at that quick change there. How are you, Carmela? Oh, you look
How is everything?
How good she looks on camera, Carmela. Yes. Look very good. Very good. All right. So, Carmela, you know, you recently settled 2 huge cases for 2 separate clients where they were being audited by the IRS for substantial money that they owed. They were, I guess, quote unquote, cash businesses. Tell us the facts about these cases and tell us what you did.
Okay, sure. My first client was a business client. He owned an installation business and actually owed almost about $200,000 in taxes. And the IRS was on the verge of summoning him to come to the IRS office because he owed so much money in taxes. So what we did is we quickly filed an offering compromise application to stop the collection process. And then once the case was reviewed, the IRS came back with a counteroffer of $156,000, obviously based on the equity of his house. I objected and requested my client to provide an appraisal, and I got it reduced down to $11,000. And I disagreed with that amount because my client has a loan on his car. So there's no equity in the car. So I got it reduced down to $5,000. And the client was very, very pleased.
Squeeze, are you listening to this?
Oh, I already know how good. I know how good she is.
The man owed $200,000, and she turned his debt into $5,000. Now, Carmela's very nice when she says, I disagreed. She doesn't disagree. She went to she starts wrestling with the IRS person. Okay, but she's very polite. She goes, yeah, I just happen to disagree. I disagree. She disagreed vehemently, and from there, from $200,000 debt and being summoned to the IRS, basically having everything taken away down to his red, white, and blue underwear. Okay, he got.
There you go with the underwear.
With the underwear again. All right. He got $5,000. That's excellent. Tell us your other story.
Sure. I have a client. He's a much older gentleman, and he actually is almost about to collect Social Security, and he owed about $10,000 in taxes. And that I just recently got a settlement from him literally yesterday for $100.
Squeeze. Are you listening to this? Guy owes 10 grand in taxes, comes to Carmela, our tax attorney, and next thing you know, now you only owe $100. And by the way, he did not pay you $9,900. So he saved a substantial amount of money by coming to Carmela when you owed a substantial tax debt.
Oh, man.
Squeeze, you have any questions for Carmela on this?
I want to just say to everyone that's tuning in right now to Carmela, the tax attorney here at the law office of Spartan Bernstein, she's good, and I mean real good. First hand, okay, from a family member of mine, she was able to, this is a true story, she was able to reduce taxes owed approximately $200,000 down to less than $35,000. And
on a family member of yours.
Family member.
So that is a true life testimonial from Squeeze.
True story.
True story. These are true things. Like
I wish you could do it personally for me.
Yeah, can't. Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I just got to keep paying.
You're too rich to do it.
You know, paying. You know.
So, why do you need an attorney in these situations, Carmela? Why can't the person just call up and say, "Hey, I heard Carmela on Brad and Squeeze show. She said if I owe $200,000, I only have to pay $5,000. So let's do that plan." Why can't somebody just do that?
Sure. I was explaining to someone that you need an attorney to know the tax laws. Like a lot of these IRS, they will quickly come back and reject these cases. But I am very knowledgeable about the tax laws, so I'm able to have the best defense for our clients. And I bring forth the evidence, and the IRS have no other choice but to agree to my what I put forth.
Because by law, they have to do it. It's not like they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it because by law they have to, and Carmela knows the law.
Yes, and not only that, especially people who have businesses, I could create profit and loss statements and say, hey, here, IRS, this person is not making any money. How can this person pay this huge tax debt?
Well, you're not creating them. You're based on what they're actually doing. I just want to make clear that you're not actually making it out of the clear. You're not making it up off the top of your head, obviously.
No, that's what I'm saying. You need to hire a tax attorney so that person could prepare these profit and loss statements to show this person's business is not making any money, that the IRS needs to settle this case.
Let me ask you one last question before you go.
Sure.
Because you can do this for individual people, so people who are individuals who owe taxes, people who own businesses who owe taxes, you can do it for them as well. What about people who own businesses or individuals that, because this is, we get these questions all the time, especially from our immigration clients, and you have about a minute. How do businesses, how do people file tax returns for spouses who don't have Social Security numbers?
Oh, yeah, sure. You file what is called a W-7 application. I just need the spouse's current passport to apply for an I-10. And you could apply and include your spouse on your tax return.
Well, that's a fantastic...
And actually be better. Yeah, and it'll actually be a better fit for you. It'll be a tax savings as well.
Well, by the way, you do a fantastic job for all our clients. Everybody loves Carmela.
Oh.
I've never heard a bad thing.
I love her too.
I've never heard a bad thing because she's saving people so much money. Call her right now. By the way, it's a free consultation to talk with Carmela if you have a tax problem. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. It's the same number to Spar and Bernstein.
Yep.
It's the same number for Carmela.
Yep.
It's the same number for criminal defense, matrimonial, personal injury. 1-800-529-5465. Thank you, Mr. David Squeezaniki.
Thank you so much, Carmela.
Thank you, USA Credit Repair, for sponsoring all of this.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Carmela.
everybody, for listening and viewing. Thank you, Carmela. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Catch up with you. Let's make it legal. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?